Hey, Jonathan here. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the battery in your WF-1000XM4 earbuds. If you need the part, you can tap down there. First, you want to apply some heat, 100 degrees Celsius. I want to say for probably about a minute. Just keep rotating the case around. Next, you're going to want to use a plastic pry tool, preferably similar to what we have here. If you find this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. So you want to use that pry tool. I personally put two pry tools in here just like this. There's little plastic clips that hold the outer case on. So once you loosen that up, you can pull the outer housing right out. And here is the battery, and there is a connection there. So it's just a plug that connects the battery in. Next are these little plastic clips. You're going to have to unclip these parts. Now there's 4 of them. Be careful not to crack or break the plastic. I'm using a plastic little tool here. Very simple to use. This does come off pretty easily. Now be very careful when separating these 2 pieces. There is a copper wire, 2 wires actually, a copper coil, that you don't want to separate or break those 2 wires. If you do, you can solder them back together, but just be careful so you don't have to do that. Right there is the battery connector. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the connector from the board, and I'm using a little tweezer tool here, and it does come out pretty easily. Now once that's disconnected, you can see those 2 copper wires there. Just be careful with those. Now there is a plastic little housing piece that kind of keeps it in place, and that just comes right out. It unclips. So it's not very difficult. It shouldn't take a lot of effort to unclip this part here. So you want to remove that and put that aside. Next is removing the battery. There is an adhesive attached to it, so it is sticky, and it's in there pretty good. Here's a new battery, which we do have available at centralsound.co if you need that. And so here is the tool that I'm using. It's a plastic tool, and I'm just kind of pushing it in there between the plastic and the battery. Be careful not to poke or puncture the battery. And I'm just applying some pressure in there, just separating it. And then once it is loosened, you can pry a little bit to get it, to remove it, to get it completely off. Here it's pretty loose. I'm just using my finger here to get it off the rest of the way. Oh, there it goes. So here's the new battery I'm connecting in there. So I'll just make sure you're plugging it in there the right way and it's not upside down. So it goes in just like that. And you can use your fingers, it's pretty easy. I'm going to use this tool just to make sure it's in all the way. There we go. So now that that's in all the way, I can place the battery back in the little housing area where it was right there. I left some adhesive on there because I'm just going to stick it right back in. So just line it up, apply some pressure on it, and you should be good. Now you want to tuck these wires away a bit as well, and then also make sure to put this plastic cover piece back over it. And those have little clips as well that clip into place. So there it is. It is in there, and it's in there pretty solid. So just kind of take a peek around, make sure that it's in there all the way. Now that it is, I'm going to clip those plastic clips together. Now if you are having some resistance here in this area, just make sure that the wires aren't getting in the way, and take your time with this. So yeah, be careful of these copper wires. And before you put the cover back on, make sure that they're not damaged or separated or broken. Make sure the clips are on there pretty steady and solid, and it looks good to me. So after inspection, once it looks okay, you can, if you want, put the earbuds in to test to make sure the battery's working okay at this point. And during the video, I didn't do that, but you can if you'd like to. So I'm just tucking these wires in here so they're not in the way when I'm putting the plastic housing piece back on. So that looks pretty good. So be careful when putting this back on. You don't really want to put a lot of pressure. You might have to wiggle it a little bit in order for it to get into place. So this one went on pretty easily. I did have to move it around or wiggle it slightly to make sure it's flush and in place where it's supposed to be. And that's okay as long as it's not, you don't have to put a whole lot of pressure. You're not trying to really force it. It should go in there pretty easily. And here we go. So the red light is, or the green light is on. So now we do have power going through the unit, which is a good sign. I'm going to put the earbuds in there and then see what's going on. Okay, it looks like they're charging. So also, you can factory reset these. We have a video for that as well, if you need to know how to factory reset them. Pretty simple. Thanks for watching, and if this helped, please consider liking and subscribing.